When you generate images with the diffusion model, even those that appear realistic often have a sheen or glossy finish to them that give it away that it's an AI image. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you a two-step process to clean up images and make them appear more realistic. Let's take a look at this together. So here I am in ComfyUI, and I'll just briefly go over the workflow, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So we have the loaders, which includes all the essential model files. I'll put a link to all this in the description, along with a LoRA. Now this LoRA is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the work in this workflow. It's called the Anything to Real Alpha LoRA. Now down below we have our source image that we want to make more realistic. So here is an image that I generated years ago in Midjourney that has kind of a cartoony look to it. I have this optional control net group. If you find that Qwen's making some adjustments, or if you want to guide the output a little bit more, you can enable these nodes. And then for our prompts, I have just a simple change the image to a realistic photo prompt for the positive, nothing for the negative. And I have this note here too if you want to kind of adjust the lighting or want to kind of strike more rich features from the image. As far as the sampling, it's all pretty standard, what you'd get from the default workflow from ComfyUI. Just one note though is within the K-sampler, I am using the 8-step lightning LoRA, and this is using 12 steps in the K-sampler. I found that a few more steps provided a little bit more realistic results. We're using just the Euler sampler and the simple scheduler. So just as a quick comparison for this image that I have pulled up here, so this is the original image that I had created, again, years ago, and it looks very AI, almost like a Grand Theft Auto type of cartoony look to it, and this is what this workflow was able to provide. If you want to change this out, you can change it out to whatever image you want. So I have another AI image that I found online on Pixabay that was an AI generated image, and I wanted to see on how this looks. So let me open this up into a new tab and then pull this over to this and pass it through this workflow and then take a look at the results. So here is the resulting output image. So just as a comparison, we can see it's kind of oversaturated from the original, whereas this has a much more realistic look and feel to the image. So again, this workflow is available to download. You can just start running it. Most of its native nodes, the only one that's not is the control net nodes. Again, you can completely get rid of those. Now, here's the thing though with this workflow and when testing, trying to get realistic results is, say for example, you want an anime or really illustrative image. So I have one of those here, and as you can see, it's a subject here holding an umbrella. And if I run it through this workflow, let's take a look at what we get for the results. So let me open up this image into a full screen so you can see it. And here's our output image. So again, going back to the source and the output, it's good, but it's not really realistic. It still looks very much anime-like, just kind of like a 3D render of that. So we could try to kind of prompt this into it a little bit more using Qwen Image Edit, but there's actually another LoRA that I found that works incredibly well for this. So it's the Anime to Realism 2509 base. So if I run this through the workflow here, same exact image, same settings with a strength of 1, let's take a look at the results. All right, so here's what the output looks like. This looks way better. If I open this up and then kind of tab through these, so here's our original, here's with that first LoRA, and then here's with our final one. So much nicer, realistic qualities. While it's not perfect, it's good. So that's with using Qwen Image Edit. So I just wanted to take a quick minute to talk about the various LoRAs I tested. So Qwen Image Edit is a variation of the Qwen Image model. Now, both LoRAs will work between those models. However, though, I found in my testing, when using a Qwen image LoRA, such as Lenovo, Boreal, or so on, I could not get the results that I was looking for on a editing task. Now, if I used Qwen Image Edit to generate an image that was realistic using, say, the Lenovo LoRA, it worked really well. But to try to get an existing image and make it look more realistic, it was extraordinarily frustrating to try to make it work. It was like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. So if you're testing it and you're not getting those right results, that might be why. In this workflow video, I was using Qwen Image Edit LoRAs, those that were trained specifically with that model, that were providing much better results. So I just wanted to make a quick note of that. Onwards to step 2. Now, here's step 2. Here's where things get really good. So remember Stable Diffusion XL? Well, it's still an incredible model, especially for realism. So I have a super basic workflow here that uses just a Juggernaut XL checkpoint. I have the Touch of Realism LoRA. You can use a lot of different Realism LoRAs for this. I was just testing a few here. And so I took my image from Qwen Image Edit and then ran it through with a very simple prompt, photograph of a man smiling outside, and then through Ultimate SD Upscale. This is a custom node. I'll put a link to it in the description, but I have a very low denoise value. I was testing anywhere between 0.05 and 0.15 and seeing really good results. So just what do I mean by that? So here is our Qwen image. If I open up this image and then take a look at what the output looks like through this process, you can see that it's subtle, but I'll put a link to the comparison in the description. It looks way better from a realistic standpoint. From details like his hat, the denim kind of weave. I know the label in here is off, but that was on the original source image, and I'm not looking to make large changes, but that sort of texture to his hat looks much better on the second pass than it does on the first. And then even like the wrinkles in the skin pores around the guy's eyes here just look a lot more natural, especially his beard as well too, and even like the shine on the teeth. You can see there's like little details like that that just look superb. So that's it with trying to make images a little bit more realistic through the use of a combination of models. You use Qwen kind of for the heavy lifting, and then Stable Diffusion XL for kind of those fine-tuning textures. Now, unfortunately, you can't just take a raw image like this anime one here and then pass it through Stable Diffusion XL. A lot is lost in that process, and it's just not that capable of a model. But when you really combine the two of them together, you get really good results. So I hope that you found this video and this workflow helpful. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.